a while and listen.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to r/2SentenceHorror. We got some top post of the month here. Let's get right into it. You wouldn't eat people like animals, my vegan coworker says while gagging at my lunch. I've never been able to tell the difference, I reply, taking another bite of my meatloaf. Jesus Christ. This is how you fuck with people at work. This is like the only way you can get someone like that off your ass. And that was the day that Tim from accounting learned to keep his fucking mouth shut. You can encourage people to eat healthier. You have to expect that as a response when you get in someone's business like that. I wonder if vegans taste better to cannibals like grass-fed beef. That's a whole different thought process, bro. Instead of just people in general, you, the vegan, what do you taste like? Eat your vegetables! I didn't understand why mommy and daddy were so sad after my brother's funeral. I don't like where this could go. Now I won't have to play alone anymore. Wait a goddamn second. Oh, he's dead. Oh, he's totally dead. Okay, yeah, that's... I was thinking they meant the mom and dad would have more time to play with them. Then I realized. My brain immediately went with the wholesome interpretation for a second, and then it hit me like a truck. Those are always the best horror stories, the one that make you do a double take. Well, now I know why mommy and daddy are so sad. Both of their kids are dead. That's so sad. My girlfriend says I talk in my sleep, so I set my phone to record all night. As it turns out, not only do both of us talk in our sleep, but there's another voice that tells us to do some very disturbing things. Oh my god. You just would have never known if you decided to record all night. I really need to turn off the Alexa. r/third sentence better? What? The girlfriend was hearing two different voices in her sleep. Oh my god, I will never use one of those sleep recorders again after having no recollection of a dream, yet hearing myself say, "Those are my teeth." What was happening in REM sleep, my guy? What was happening in there? My wife and I kept wondering who that lady that our son said he saw wandering around the house every day. When I asked my neighbor if he had seen anyone, he replied, "I haven't seen any women in your house ever since you've lost your wife." Oh, since you lost your wife and son would have been far more terrifying. Yeah, that actually would have been really scary. It's just like someone's going completely crazy, just like, yeah, the people that have been out of my life for years now. Honestly, the fact that people immediately started pitching alternate endings is a sign that the concept worked. The setup is strong enough that everyone can imagine a different nightmare hiding behind that last sentence. As the years went on, the parents became scared that their child was a changeling. As they threw him near the fire, the child screamed and retreated back to his room, unable to explain that he too wanted to be able to talk and stop flapping his hands as much. Oh, what? Why? Oh, that's terrible. Oh, autistic children don't deserve this. That's actually so bad. My heart, you monster, take my upvote, get the fuck out. As an autistic person, this is unfortunately a very real part of our history. Historically, it would be mostly Down syndrome kids, cerebral palsy kids, and autistic kids who are the most targeted. I have read so many examples of some of the rituals that many European people did to these poor children. Boiling them alive in a cauldron over a fire until the child confessed to being a changeling, and then subsequently killed for being a changeling. History is so fucked up on like every different sector. It's just completely screwed. I read changeling and I read threw him near the fire, and I immediately knew where it was going. I was like, oh god, please. Why? I sat frozen, a sickened pit of dread forming in my stomach as my fiance celebrated my unexpected pregnancy. It wasn't until I found my birth control pills in our microwave that I realized he changed his mind in our agreement to be child-free. For those who don't know, microwaving birth control can nullify its effects. What? What? If you're gonna do something like that, you left them in the microwave? You couldn't solve this with a simple conversation? Jesus Christ. I know where your inspiration came from. Damn, sad story. Wait, is this a real thing that happened? It had to be. Oh my god, this is a real post and a real story. My boyfriend told me he microwaved my birth control after and found out I was pregnant. A couple months back, he told me how he wanted to start a family and get married now. I told him I wasn't ready yet as it's only been a year. I've been on birth control this whole time. I've never had problems with it. I take them daily and haven't missed a pill. Me and my boyfriend have had unprotected sex all the time and I've never gotten pregnant. So for it to fail this time was very weird. I had cramps, vomiting, nausea, fatigue, body aches all together, not feeling well. So eventually I go to the doctors with my boyfriend. They tell me I'm pregnant, which I wasn't very happy about. My boyfriend, on the other hand, was like, I knew it. So he jokingly says, oh, I didn't think it would actually work, and telling me how he put my birth control in the microwave. Why? That is so goddamn selfish. That just made this 10 times more dark than it already was. Missing you too, mother, my little girl shouted with joy as she got home and saw what I was making for her on my laptop. After signaling to the van outside, I pretended nothing happened and continued adjusting the size of the word missing in her poster. What? Did she plan for the kid to get kidnapped, or did she stage the kidnapping? Yeah, so that's kind of what it sounds like. She staged the kidnapping? That is, I actually can't even imagine why people would do that. Yeah, the van signal pretty much flips the entire thing. It goes from sad missing parent story to, oh no, this was planned, in like 2 seconds. Yeah, because at first I thought this was like another dead kid, like ghost story or something like that, but then you read after signaling to the van outside. Whoa. Hey guys, it's Spacey here, and I just want to let you know that if you're enjoying this video, then it would help a ton if you were to smash the like button and subscribe to the channel with post notifications on. It's the most direct way to let YouTube know that we're doing great work over here on the CodeNameSpacey channel. And I've noticed that a lot of the people who watch this channel are returning viewers but haven't subscribed yet, so why not join the kingdom and spread the word? I'm not going to take up too much more of your time though, so thank you for listening, and let's get back to the video. When I first saw the drawing of my wife our child drew in therapy, I thought she would love it. Then the therapist explained that she had instructed Riley to draw a monster. Ooh. Oh. So let's get that child to a safer place. Let's maybe get the mother out of the picture. Beautifully done. Reminds me of my own therapy session as a child where I had to paint my family in different colors, and because of the color I painted my mom, we needed to go into family therapy and figure out why I saw her as a monster. Came down to emotional neglect. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Just like the mother is like neglectful or like emotionally abusive, not giving the child like the attention that they need. Good one, but why ask to draw a monster? Is that normal? Giving form to your deepest fear makes you sift through them with more attention and intention, helping you feel more connected to yourself and helping someone who is trying to help you by, first of all, understanding you. Yeah, that makes sense. With my legs trapped under the table during the earthquake, I screamed desperately at my husband, "Get our daughter first!" He had no choice after all, but unfortunately my whole body was already numb when he ran a kitchen knife across my abdomen. What? The daughter has not been birthed yet, but fortunately my whole body was already numb when he ran a kitchen knife across my abdomen. My man had to do a C-section in an earthquake. Bro, Jesus fucking Christ. That's the only real response I have for this one. Is a C-section really quicker than freeing and carrying your pregnant wife out? Depends on how trapped she is, I guess, and how unstable the area is. That's a horrifying visual. Whenever I read these stories, I like to try and visualize them afterwards, and I'm just like, oh. During the zombie outbreak, survivors were begging to be rescued, but the authorities chose a healthy young boy with a bite mark on his arm, a sign of immunity. The boy didn't know what they would do to him afterwards, and they didn't know he had bitten himself to trick them. He bit himself? Smart kid. Not too smart. Sounds like they're trying to experiment on him to figure out what his secret to immunity is. Probably not a pleasant experience. That's a good point. For something as dire as a zombie apocalypse, they're probably going to have to do everything they can to dissect this boy to figure out why he's immune. And when they find nothing, he's just gonna get completely torn apart. That probably sucks. Stunned scientists could not account for the shocking rise in male breast cancer rates until it was determined that all affected men had been to one location. It was also said that the statue of Molly Malone in central Dublin, her chest worn away by gropers, now had something approaching a Mona Lisa smile. That's actually so evil. That's the statue right there getting their get back. That's so freaking cool. r/2sentence justice. My dad hid me in the crawl space under the house after I played dead while he was beating me. I think everyone is angry with me over it because when I climbed out after dad went to work, everyone kept pretending they couldn't see or hear me. Brother, that's dark as shit. Oh my god. On the bright side, his dad can't hurt him anymore. I mean, I guess there's always a silver lining, right? Now haunt him. Yes, haunt that man forever. That's karma for abusing your children, dude. Jesus. When I was a child, a disfigured man appeared out of thin air and tried to shoot my abusive father, but the bullet struck me instead. All these years later, as I look at the hideous scars on my face and prepare to enter my time machine, I ready my gun and tell myself that I won't miss this time. Oh, you are the dark figured man from the future. Oh my god. And of course, course, because this is a time machine, it's just going to be a never-ending cycle, trying not to miss and trying to shoot your own father. Just this one comment here, you will miss. That's exactly what makes it feel tragic. Every attempt probably seems more justified than the last because now he's carrying the regret from all the previous failures too. It's literally gonna be a never-ending cycle. You're gonna keep missing. I fired, and I missed. After my son nearly drowned on a field trip, he kept telling me his online friends were begging him to go to the hospital, but he looked fine to me. As he lies in the hospital bed dying of pneumonia, I realized maybe those dumb online friends of his had a point. What? OP posted in the comment section that this is based on a true story. The friend is alive and well, but he nearly died on a field trip. He was underwater for 3+ minutes, and when rescued, they just gave him a change of clothes to send him on his way. He ingested nearly a gallon of water and went unconscious, yet nobody attempted to take him to the hospital. I've been begging for him to get medical help recently. The friend has been scheduled for a hospital visit. He's going tomorrow. I will keep everyone updated on his condition. Turning a real life experience into two-sentence horror is just another level of unsettling, kind of like the birth control story. It's actually real. It was actually based on a real story. With his last breath, he gave his son a key and whispered, "You have to feed it every day or it will come for everyone in our bloodline." So he never got the chance to tell him where it was or what to feed it. So the entire bloodline cooked. Feed what? Feed what? What do I feed him? Don't you die on me! This is why you do your will early on and update the instructions regularly. But this was very effective. Great job. You know you could just say pay your taxes. You don't have to be so dramatic, Grandpa. Oh my God. Never. Every time someone demands a white nurse, our unwritten policy is to send in Nancy. We don't know exactly what nasty Nancy does to her patients, but after she's done, the bigots never ask for a white nurse ever again. Nasty Nancy? It's giving off Freaky Nikki vibes. I don't know if I want to know the backstory. What does Nasty Nancy do, bro? Why is she called Nasty Nancy? I'm so fucking scared. I tried desperately to get into my mom's room as she fought off the intruder. When her scream stopped, the intruder left through the window they entered. I wished so badly that I had been bored with hands instead of paws. Oh, I'm sad now. Fuck. No, if you have like a decently sized dog and there's an intruder, they're probably going to do their best to defend you, but this has to be like a small dog or something like that, just like a puppy. Oh, that's so fucking sad. Why? Two-sentence sadness. As doctors tried to stop my bleeding, I asked my guardian angel, why don't you do something like you always did to save me for the past 9 months? She waved her hand over my newborn son, making him breathe for the first time, and then turned to me saying, I'm not yours. Oh. Okay. Oh. That's literally the guardian angel giving like the biggest fuck you as the light leaves your eyes. I thought you were here for me, and then no, I'm not here for you. What are you talking about? I'm here for that little guy. Guess she's gonna send a complaint to their boss right now, in person. All right. My daughter built a snowman with a frowny face in front of our house to protect us from bad people, she said. I chuckled at first, but the next day we found an armed man frozen to death at the feet of the snowman, who was now smiling. Oh. Yes! My boy got karma for trying to do something nefarious. It kind of reminds me of that statue story that we read earlier where it's like all the gropers died of breast cancer and then the statue was just smiling now. That's kind of what that reminds me of. I think stories like that are super sick. Frosty the Snowman was a jolly happy soul, took a whole new meaning. Ladies and gentlemen, that's gonna do it for r/2sentenceHorror. If you guys enjoyed what you saw today, be sure to smash like and subscribe to the channel with post notifications on so you don't miss another Reddit video from me. Let me know which two-sentence horror story was your favorite down in the comments section below. Something else I really want to get into quite soon is actually having our viewers submit stories and stuff like that. So if you have a scary story that you want to share, be sure to check out our Discord kingdom. There's a link in the description, and there will be a channel available so anyone can submit any story they want, as long as it doesn't break TOS. Please. With everything said, I'll see you guys next week. That's all from me. Later. This is so much better than what I was trying to record yesterday. I like the disturbing content. I like going off the cuff for disturbing content. This is, I was a horror YouTuber. What can you know, I mean, shit. I feel like I'm in my element right now.